Hi everyone, welcome to my travel vlog. I did a day trip to the city of Chaozhou. I visited the ceramic factory, had some awesome local food, walked around the old city streets, learned some of the specialities of the city, and finally got an opportunity to discover the famous Guangdong Bridge. I started my journey from Guangzhou. It's about 3.5 hours ride. The train rides in China is always fascinating, and especially the southern part of China. It's fertile and get to see a lot of greenery. The train passed through many rivers and lakes where most of these water bodies are used for fish farming. The high-speed rail train station, or HSR as they call it in China, are like airports. These stations are big and well maintained and really convenient, even in these small cities. There was no direct train to the city itself, so the nearest place is Chaoshan. So you got to get down at Chaoshan, and I took a DD ride, which took about another 35 minutes or 40 minutes to reach to Chaozhou. So anybody traveling to China, DD app is a must. You can link it to your credit card and it's so easy to go and use it. I had it installed in my WeChat as a mini app within WeChat, and that's another option you can have as well. I visited this Sanitary Factory and the showroom, which was fantastic. And after the visit, myself and my friend, we went to have lunch with the owner of the factory and their colleagues. Even though we insisted on paying the bill, they were so generous they wouldn't let us pay, and they paid it before we even got to it. They also took us to the old street and the famous Guangdong Bridge, so thanks to them. So here we are in the old street, walking along and looking at these old buildings and the shops that has been there for many years. I found some really interesting ceramic shops, so I decided to buy some real intricate ceramic teacup sets for our host as a token of appreciation. Chaozhou opera is a traditional art form which has a history of more than 500 years, and it is appreciated by 20 million Chaozhou natives in over 20 countries and regions. So this place is definitely a cultural hub. So finally we reached the Guangdong Bridge. Guangdong Bridge was built by Zheng Wang, a magistrate under the Song dynasty in 1170 AD. At that time, it was a floating bridge consisting of 86 large boats connected to one another. Its original name was Guangdong Bridge. But this bridge has been built and rebuilt again and again by different magistrates due to flooding, etc. until about 2009. One thing that I noticed very distinctively on this bridge are these columns, these single-piece granite columns. This is a good piece of engineering because the granite columns cannot be too long as it will collapse on its own weight. There is also load-bearing capacity for these columns. So a precise length and dimensions need to be followed for these huge granite columns to last. Right about in the middle section of the river, the floating wooden boats appear as floating columns of this bridge. The river is really wide in many areas and seem to have a lot of water flow. See, there's a fish. Can you see the fish? Here, down. Here. 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 As far as I have seen, the rivers in China are very clean without any garbage floating. The water could be contaminated due to industries, but I couldn't gauge that. One thing I can say is there are a lot of fish in the river.
Oh, many.
So after a good stroll across the river, I flew my drone for some good aerial views. To the north of the city, it is a wide mountainous area and suitable for tea cultivation. The lower altitude areas nearby are mainly suitable for growing bamboo, peach, plum, olive, and pineapple. The banks of the Han River is fertile and it's used for rice, sweet potato, peanut, soybean, carrot, orange, peach and banana cultivation. So it's quite a fertile land. Well, in China, this city might be considered as a fifth tier city. So it's in Chinese standards considered a really small city, but the infrastructure and the facilities are just amazing. Well, this is one of those cities where I didn't see many skyscrapers, which is quite unusual for a Chinese city. So it was quite a different experience, and everything looked very traditional. And even the shopping centers and everything are different to what you see in big cities. So, what do you all think about this enticing city? Would you like to visit Chaozhou or a similar city in China? Put your thoughts in the comments. So, since this was just a day visit, we had to get back to Guangdong for the night. So, we called it a day and went to the railway station. The reflection. I managed to get a quick video peek of the toilet in the railway station. It was spotless. And soon we were back in the train. And thanks for watching my video. And if you like my videos, please like and subscribe.